November Outturn is upon us. I'm Matt Bailey, the branch director for the SMWS, and I'm talking about some of the goodies in November Outturn. And that includes, of course, our malts of the month and premium malt of the month, which you can check out on our YouTube channel. But also, some of the goodies that I think will be overlooked and some of the other goodies that I'm going to personally recommend you check out. Okay, one of them is 134.12 Peachy Assam latte in the sweet, fruity and mellow flavour profile. This is a 5-year-old Indian whiskey. Now, I have said before, I think people are sleeping on Indian whiskey. And I was sitting at a tasting, the reason I'm particularly using this example, I was sitting at a tasting about 2-3 weeks ago, and someone said to me, "Oh, Matt, when's the next 134?" They said the distillery name, I'm going to do my best not to say it. PJ? Can I say PJ? Anyway, then when's the next Indian whiskey coming through the society? And I was like, is this a real question? They're so, like, unpopular in some ways. Not unpopular, but, like, they're just not, like, people don't really go, when's the next Indian whiskey? People often ask me, when's the next Irish, or when's the next Japanese, or those kind of things. It's like, or even next Australian whiskey, those kind of things. It's like, but, and they're always coming through. They're always going to be coming through. But it's like, when's the next Indian whiskey? Less common a question. But they were talking about one in particular called a Dreamer's Dram, a 134 from some time ago. I think it was like 134.7 or something, or .5. And it was like this, it was also sweet fruity mellow. It was also a 5-year-old refill cask. This is old for Indian whiskey. This 5 years of Indian aging is the equivalent of like, look, there's no set number on this, but it's the equivalent of like 20 years of Scottish aging. It is seriously a 4-to-1 sort of ratio here. And these are remarkable whiskies. They do come in a little bit pricey if you just look at the age statement. But if you judge it entirely on the flavour of the whiskey, I think you'll find you're in for a real treat. So let's have a quick nose of this. So straight away I'm getting like pineapple chunks. Like almost like it's a rum brulee sort of thing going on. Like a boulevardier. Pineapple chunks, and the Assam thing is right on it. It's like it's got this tea note, this black tea leaf note. It's fruity, it's pineapple chunks, it's black tea. It's a bit of Calvados as well. Put in the comments, let me know in the comments if you've ever had a Calvados. They are cool spirits. So Calvados is an apple-based spirit. But this is, I'm probably going to have someone correct me. I know very little about Calvados, actually, if I'm being honest. It's a spirit I do enjoy, but you don't see it that often. It's not very popular. It's even less popular than they say, like, like Armagnac is in Australia or something like that. I think the Society did once bottle a Calvados. It was like an experimental release sort of thing in like the 90s. I'd have to check that. If someone wants to find that bottle and post a link to it or something. It's got this lovely sort of creamy sort of pineapple chunks, Calvados, apple brandy. Wow. It is clean. It's like banana bread and tea leaves. This is remarkable whiskey, and I think people sleep on it because they go, it's 5 years of age. It's not really, I'm not really hunting something that's really, I'm spending that kind of money. I want something with a big age statement. I think if you look past age statements, which as whiskey drinkers, you do learn that process, I think, fairly early on in most journeys of like where, you'll have whiskies that are 5 years of age that you enjoy more than whiskies that are 20 years of age, or whatever it is. You'll go through that process. I mean, Australia is already having that moment in Australian whiskey as well, where you're seeing younger whiskies being very successfully promoted and very successfully sold without an age statement on the bottle usually. In fact, almost never. Some of the most hyped Australian whiskies are 2-3 years of age. Do not sleep on this. That's a remarkable whiskey. It's all creamy and chunky and just like full textured whiskey. That's all on this one right now. Keep an eye on November Outturn. Friday, 17th of November. It falls on the middle of the month this year, as November Outturn often does. Slàinte mhath. See you soon. Cheers.